Good morning. Today we will learn 30 common terms used in government language. Legislation, legislation, legislation. The process of making or enacting laws, such as passing a new bill. Executive branch, executive branch, executive branch. The branch of government responsible for carrying out and enforcing laws, such as the President in the United States. Judiciary, judiciary, judiciary. The branch of government responsible for interpreting laws and resolving legal disputes, such as the Supreme Court in Iraq. Constitution, constitution, constitution. The foundational legal document that outlines the structure and principles of a government, such as the Iraqi constitution. Bureaucracy, bureaucracy, bureaucracy. The administrative structure of a government made up of various agencies and departments. Policy, policy, policy. A course of action or set of principles adopted by a government, such as a foreign policy or an economic policy. Civil service, civil service, civil service. The group of government employees who are not elected or politically appointed, but instead work to carry out the daily operations of government. Lobbying, lobbying, lobbying. The process of attempting to influence government officials or policy decisions, often by interest groups or corporations. Election, election, election. The process of choosing political representatives through voting, such as presidential election. Democracy, democracy, democracy. A system of government in which power is held by the people, typically through elected representatives. Autocracy, autocracy, autocracy. A system of government in which power is held by a single individual or small group, without input from the general population. Federalism, federalism, federalism. A system of government in which power is divided between a central government and smaller regional governments, such as in the United States. Impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. The process of charging and potentially removing an elected official from office, such as a president. Transparency, transparency. The principle of openness and accountability in government, often involving the release of information to the public. Accountability. The process of holding government officials responsible for their actions and decisions. Budget, budget, budget. A financial plan outlining how government resources will be allocated, such as a national budget. Regulation, regulation, regulation. the process of creating rules and standards to guide behavior and enforce laws, such as in environmental regulations. National security, national security, national security. The protection of a country's citizens, territory, and interests from external threats such as military or cyber attacks. Diplomacy, diplomacy, diplomacy. The process of negotiating and managing relationships between governments, often involving international relations. Constitutionality, constitutionality, constitutionality. The principle that laws and actions by the government must comply with the Constitution. Human rights, human rights. Basic rights and freedoms that are considered inherent to all individuals, such as freedom of speech or the right to a fair trial. Public opinion, public opinion. The views and attitudes of the general population, often taken into account by government officials when making decisions. Public service, public service, public service. Work done in service to the general public, often by government employees or elected officials. Sovereignty, 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 sovereignty. The principle that a government has full control and authority over its territory and population. Legislature, legislature, legislature. The branch of government responsible for making laws, such as the United States Congress or the British Parliament. Cabinet, cabinet, cabinet. A group of high-level government officials, typically appointed by the head of the government to advise and assist in decision-making. Federal government, federal government, federal government. The central government of a federation, such as the government of the United States and/or Australia. State government. The government of a subnational state or province, such as the government of Wasat or the government of Basra. Municipal government. The government of a local area, such as a city or town. Public goods, public goods, public goods. Goods and services that are provided by the government for the benefit of all citizens, such as infrastructure or public education. Thank you very much.